Welcome to Mr. English Hub.
And welcome to the Deep Dive. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Paul, and honestly, I'm really hungry right now. All I can think about is like a big hamburger, fries, a big soda.
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking, how do we actually talk about food? And maybe more importantly, how do we order it confidently in English anywhere in the world?
That's a perfect topic for today's Deep Dive.
Yeah.
And yeah, our mission isn't just listing phrases. It's about giving you the kind of strategic language and the cultural bits, too. So you can handle any dining situation, from grabbing fast food to a fancier dinner. We really want to boost your confidence in your ability to say exactly what you need.
Yeah, I like that focus on strategy because you want to avoid that panic moment when you walk into a busy place and just freeze up.
Exactly.
Okay, so step one, just getting a table, securing your spot.
Right. So obviously you start with hello or hi, but the key thing is the request right after. You say, how many people? A table for number, please.
Yeah.
And that please, always use it.
So, simple enough. If it's just me and my partner, hi, a table for two, please. Direct, polite.
That's it. Now, if it's maybe a more formal place or you're calling ahead, that's making a reservation. Here, the language gets a bit softer because, well, they might be full. So you could try, do you have availability at 7 p.m.? Or maybe, can you put me down for 4, please?
Okay, makes sense. But what about the flip side? We just walk into a casual place, Saturday night, it's absolutely packed, we know we'll have to wait.
Right. That's when you need to figure out the situation fast. Just ask, how long's the wait? It's super useful, shows you get how things work. Don't just stand there hoping they'll tell you.
Okay, here's where it gets a bit more strategic, like you said. They seat us, but it's, I don't know, right by the kitchen doors, super noisy, I want to move. Saying I want a different table feels blunt. That's the polite way, the power phrase.
The power phrase uses conditional language. Something like, is there any way we could get a different table? So using is there any way changes it from a demand into, well, a question about possibilities. You're inviting them to find a solution with you. Much more respectful.
Oh, I like that. Is there any way? It's like wrapping the request in politeness. Okay, table secured, maybe even moved. Now the important part, the menu.
Right. You need the menu first. Again, politeness is key.
Go.
Could I see the menu, please? Or slightly more casual. Can I have the menu, please?
Got the menu. And okay, I see starters, main courses, entrees, desserts. It can look a bit confusing, especially traveling. Can you break down the typical structure?
Sure. Think of like the order you eat. You usually start with starters or appetizers. Small things, right? Soup, salad, maybe. Get you ready.
And then the main event.
That's the main course, the main dish. Fish, chicken, pasta, whatever it is. But here's the big trap, vocabulary-wise. In the U.S., this is often called the entree.
Wait, entree. I always thought that meant the starter, like in French or...
Exactly. That's a super important cultural point. In French, and yeah, often in the U.K., entree is a starter. But in the U.S., it's the main course. If you mix that up, you could accidentally order 2 main dishes. So if you're ever unsure, maybe just ask about the specific dish, not the category name.
Good tip. Strategic clarification.
Okay.
Okay. And after the main, we have dessert, the sweet stuff, and of course, beverages or drinks.
Right. Now, ordering. You mentioned earlier, Paul, how learners sometimes just say, I want. We need to unpack why that feels a bit too direct in, English service culture.
Yeah, why is that? It seems pretty efficient.
It's about that conditional language again. I want feels like a command. In service situations, we tend to use words like would or will, often contracted to be more polite, shows a bit of deference. So the go-to phrases are I would like, or the very common contraction I'll have. Using would or will just smooths the interaction.
Okay, so instead of I want the chicken, it's I would like the chicken curry, please, or maybe even quicker, I'll have the chicken curry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does sound much better, more natural.
And that applies pretty much everywhere, even fast food places where things move quickly. Let's run through a quick fast food example. Server needs to be fast, but you can still be polite.
Okay, server says, welcome. What can I get for you?
You might say, maybe a bit quicker, I'll have the double cheeseburger. Still using I'll have.
Right. And when they ask, do you want to make that a combo? I could say, yes, I'd like the large curly fries. Still using I'd like.
Perfect. And for the drink,
Yeah.
anything else for you?
Yeah, let me get a medium Pepsi. See, that whole thing, even though it's fast, uses I'll have or I'd like or keeping it polite.
Exactly. Okay, moving on. What if the menu is full of things you've never heard of? or you just can't decide?
Yeah, I sometimes feel a bit awkward admitting I don't know what something is or what to pick.
Oh, don't be. Asking shows you're interested. If you're stuck, just ask, what do you recommend? Or maybe, what's the chef's special today? Servers expect these questions. It's their job to know the menu.
And if I see something specific, like, I don't know, bangers and mash, and I have zero clue what that is.
Ask straight away, what is this dish? Or, could you tell me a bit more about the bangers and mash? Never, ever hesitate to ask for a description.
Okay, this leads perfectly into probably the most critical part, health and safety stuff. Allergies. Here, the tone has to shift, right? From casual politeness to, like, serious clarity.
Absolutely. This is non-negotiable. Be direct. No soft language here. State the allergy clearly, then ask about the dish. Like,
Yeah.
I have a severe nut allergy. Is this dish safe for me? You need a clear yes or no.
What about other dietary needs? Not life-threatening, but important, like being vegetarian or gluten-free.
Same principle. Clear, direct questions. Is this dish vegetarian, or which dishes are gluten-free? Clarity is everything when health is involved. Don't hedge.
That's a really vital distinction. Polite request versus direct safety question. Okay, now, customization. I like a dish, but I really hate, say, olives. How do I ask them to leave them out?
Ah, this is where you get that classic American restaurant term. Hold. Say, can you hold the olives, please? It just means don't include them.
Okay, hold the olives.
Okay.
Got it. And what if I want the dressing for my salad, but I want to add it myself, not have it drowned?
You asked for it on the side, so could you put the dressing on the side? These kinds of requests are super common, especially in places like the US or Canada. It's expected.
Great. Okay, food's arrived. We're eating. The server usually comes by to check in, right?
Yep, they'll usually swing by and ask something like, is everything okay? Or how's everything tasting?
And if it's good, keep it simple and warm. Yes, it's delicious, thank you, or everything's great, thanks.
And if you do need something during the meal, maybe more water, another fork, you need to get their attention politely first. Catch their eye, maybe a small hand wave, and say, excuse me.
Right, that excuse me is the signal.
Yeah, it signals you need them without yelling across the room. Then you use our familiar polite request. Excuse me, can I have some more water, please?
Perfect. Okay, meals winding down. Often, especially in casual places or for takeaway orders, you hear that question.
Right. Takeaway or dine in? Let's break that down.
Go for it.
Dine in is easy. You're eating in the restaurant. Takeaway means you're taking the food away to eat somewhere else. Now, in the U.S., you'll very often hear this phrased as for here or to go.
For here or to go, same meaning, just different words. Okay, and leftovers. Say I couldn't finish my amazing pasta. How do I ask to take it home?
You just ask for a container.
Yeah.
Could we get a box? Or maybe slightly more formal. Could you box this up, please?
Yeah.
People sometimes call these doggy bags, though just asking for a box or container is perfectly fine.
Right. Okay, meal done, leftovers boxed, time to pay, settle the bill.
Another key moment for regional differences. In the UK or Australia, you typically ask, can I have the bill, please?
But in the U.S.,
It's usually the check, please. Just check.
good to know. And maybe before I hand over my card, it's smart to ask.
Do you take credit cards? Always a good check, yeah. Or do you accept Visa, if you want to be specific?
Definitely. And then the big one, tipping.
Ah, tipping.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is huge culturally. It's very customary in many countries, especially the U.S., where tips are a really significant part of the server's income. But it varies. Like in Australia, a tip might be common in a sit-down restaurant, maybe around 10%, but you wouldn't usually tip at a fast food counter. You really need to be aware of the local custom.
Understanding that social rule is almost as important as the language itself. Okay, what about groups? We all ate together. How do we handle paying?
If you just want to divide the total cost equally, you can ask, can we split the bill? Nice and simple. But if everyone wants to pay for exactly what they ordered, which is getting easier with payment apps and stuff, you ask for separate checks, please.
Quick tip for everyone listening. If you want separate checks, try to ask right at the beginning when you order. It makes things way easier for the server.
Oh, absolutely. Great tip. And finally, once you've paid, leaving is straightforward. A simple thank you, goodbye, maybe with a smile. Acknowledge the service.
Okay, before we wrap up, let's do that quick deep dive into some specific vocabulary differences. Because honestly, English variations can cause some funny mix-ups, especially with food. Let's start with potatoes. The great potato divide.
Huh, yes. Okay, U.S., those deep-fried potato sticks.
Yeah.
French fries, or just fries. If you order chips in the U.S., you get the thin, crunchy things from a bag. Crisps.
Right. So if I'm in the UK or Australia and I want those fried sticks.
Those are chips. But if you want the thin bag snack, what Americans call chips, you have to ask for crisps. Get it wrong, and you might get a plate of hot chips when you wanted a packet of crisps.
A classic food fail waiting to happen. Okay, what other vegetables cause confusion?
Well, there are a couple of famous ones. That big purple vegetable, in the U.S. it's eggplant, in the UK, Australia it's aubergine. And that green herb, common in Mexican or Asian food, U.S. calls it cilantro. UK and Australia call it coriander. Same plant, different names for the leaves.
Good to know. And lastly, drinks. Let's talk about cider. This one seems to really change meaning.
It really does.
Yeah.
In the UK, if you order cider, people will generally assume you mean the alcoholic fermented apple drink. But in America, apple cider usually means the unfiltered, non-alcoholic apple juice, often served warm in autumn. The alcoholic version has to be called hard cider. So asking just for cider in the U.S. could get you a surprise. Need to specify hard cider if you want alcohol.
Wow, okay. So pulling all this together, what's the main takeaway for our listeners? The core strategy for ordering food with real confidence.
I'd say 3 key things. 1, make conditional language your default I'd like, I'll have as your politeness shield. 2, practice saying your party size clearly right at the start. A table for number, please? Start strong. And 3, know when to switch. For politeness, use softer language. For health and safety, like allergies, be absolutely direct and clear.
Yeah, and just remember that communication is about making an effort, right? Not about being perfect. People appreciate you trying in their language. Don't let fear of a tiny mistake stop you.
Couldn't agree more. A genuine smile and a thank you go an incredibly long way everywhere.
So here's a final thought for you to maybe chew on. Getting good at these basic dining phrases. It's about more than just getting the food you want. Food is so central to culture, isn't it? To comfort, celebration, connection. When you conquer this conversation, you're not just ordering dinner. You're actually unlocking deeper connections, participating more fully wherever you are in the world.
That's a really wonderful way to put it. Thanks, everyone, for joining us on this pretty crucial deep dive.
We really hope you feel more prepared now to walk into any restaurant, anywhere, and order with total confidence. Goodbye for now.